Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rekha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Hakim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading His word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatas of Zion, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson, another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Gone. So in this episode, I want to go into the difference between the tare and the wheat and what's going to happen to them. Because I had got a question, and the question reads, I have a question regarding the wheat and the tares. When Yahushai comes to separate the wheat and tares, how is he going to separate them exactly? So in order for me to answer this question, we're just going to go to the parable of the tares and the wheat, which is in Matthew 13, starting at 24. And we're going to read up until 43. God. This is the book of Matthew 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Gone. So the seed are the children of Israel, and the tare is a different kind of. It looks similar to the wheat. It looks similar to the children of Israel, but it's different because it's from the enemy, An Israelite, you're an Israelite according to your father's lineage, as it says in Numbers 1 and 18. But these other nations that they have spoiled us as much as that they start to look at us. They look as us because why? The European man, the French man, Esau Edom, who is the old European, he came into our nation, our women of our nation, and they started to make children. Hence you get that this name, mestizo. The term mestizo means mixed in Spanish and is generally used throughout Latin America to describe people of mixed ancestry with white and indigenous background. And if you click on it, the term mestizo means mixed in Spanish and is generally used throughout Latin America to describe people of mixed ancestry with a white, European, and indigenous background. Similarly, the term mulatto in Spanish commonly refers to a mixed race ancestry that includes white, European, and black roots. So that's what you get if the enemy starts to sow his seed among the Israelites, the Israelite women. And you have that term mulatto, because this in itself also is trickery, because a mulatto is somebody of European descent mating or having children with an Israelite woman, but they don't describe it as that. You see, what they describe is a person of mixed white and black ancestry, especially a person with one white and one black parent. And it comes from the word mulo, from the Spanish, late 1600th century, from Spanish, mulatto, young mule or mulatto, formed irregularly from mulo, which is mule. Gone. So that's the sowing of the enemy's seed among the wheat. Gone. Let me read verse 26. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Gone, and the blade refers to the truth, because the truth is like a double-edged sword. Bear with me for a second. This is Hebrews 4:12. For the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intent of the hearts. You see? So the truth is sharper than any double-edged sword. So that blade represents the truth, and brought forth fruit, and appeared the tares also. Gone. So as soon as the truth popped up in the 1970s, when Abba Bivens started to break down Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and then people started to call themselves Israelites again, you know. But then between those Israelites that knew that they were Israelites through the Spirit, through going to their lineage according to the house of their fathers, there also sprung up the tares. You know, the tares are the people that Esau raped. You know, Esau raped our women, and then you saw that they got children, but still the mother and the father, they kept their child, you know. But that is not our nation. That is the nation of Esau. You see? So those are the tares. Because the tares, they look alike. They look like the wheat when they're growing up. But the tares, they have a different root. You see? These two, they look identical. They look similar. But to the right, you have the tares, and to the left, you have the wheat. The root of the tares, essentially, they get entangled with the roots of the wheat, you know. So if you want to get do away with the tares, you gotta take them out real quick, and that's why I was talking about that. Neither the father nor the mother of that so-called mulatto, of that mixed breed, of which is actually Esau, which is the tare, none of the two, they wanted to do away with the child. So the child grew up amongst the Israelites, you know, and grew up amongst the wheat. And these are the roots of the tares. So they're so entangled that through the Spirit, we often look at people and we be like, yep, that's an Israelite, you know. So if you look at Tia and Tamara, for example, they look like, let me just go to a picture of them. God. So these are Tia and Tamara, right? We grew up watching this, you know, as a child. There wasn't anything on TV, so you were watching Sister. But these two, their parents, that's their father. So you see, their father is Esau Edom, and he went and slept with an Israelite woman, and they got her. So she is a tare, but, you know, as we just read, in order for the tare to be done away with, it has to be plucked up from the root real quick, you know, so that it wouldn't grow up amongst the wheat, amongst the children of Israel. And now, if we, as men of the Lord, and as actually, yeah, if you want to go into the lineage of the person that you are conversing with, then you don't have the 100% truth according to the house of their fathers. So we can't make that judgment in the time of to come, in the time of judgment, that he is 100% a terror and he is 100% of Israel. So that's why the Most High is going to send the angels to do that judging, because we are going to go from the carnal eye, from the carnal mind, and then we are going to set off judgments. But the angels, they can see through the appearance of a person. They know who is who, you know. Good. So let's go back, because this is also the root of a tear. The tares are wheat. They look very much like wheat while growing. The roots would intertwine with the wheat roots, making it impossible to remove without harming the crop. You see? So the tares are weeds. The tares are disposable, actually. But you don't want to dispose of them, or else you're going to take away the wheat also, peradventure, for example, and you don't want that, because you just treat everybody through the Spirit as an Israelite. And then when the day of judgment comes, then the reapers are going to come, which are the angels. God. So let's continue. Matthew 13 and 26. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, this not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? Gone, because it's the enemy that had sowed these tares among the wheats. Verse 28. He said unto them, an enemy had done this. And if you go into the main enemy is Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man. But then all these other nations are our enemies also, the Arabs, the Ishmaelites, the Moabites, Ammonites, Elamites, so all these other nations, they also spoiled us. So they also sowed tares amongst the wheat. You see, it's not only Esau, Edom. God. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. God. So that's what I was explaining about, that if we as carnal men, we are trying to be spiritual, but if we with our naked eye went to judge these people as being tares, then we might peradventure take out the Israelites also, you see? Because we have to wait until the harvest is ripe. We can't do this judging by ourselves. So, reading on, verse 30. Let both grow up together until the harvest, and the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, you see, the time of the harvest, that is the end of the age, that is the end of Esau's age, that's when these missiles are going to drop, that's the end of the age, that's when the harvest is going to be ripe for the picking, because then you're going to have that nuclear blast, you're going to have that nuclear fire, and the tares are going to be burnt up in that fire. God. So, let me read again. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them up, but gather the wheat into my barn. God. So, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to send the reapers, and the reapers are the angels. You see? So the angels are going to judge the matter. The angels are going to see right through the people and be like, yeah, you're a tear, gather them all up and throw them to burn them in this nuclear fire. But gather the wheat into my barn, and the wheat are the Israelites, and the barn represents the chariots, the UFOs, so-called UFOs. You see? So during the nuclear blast, the angels are gonna take all the tares, throw them in the nuclear blast, and simultaneously, the angels are gonna put the wheat in the barns, also. So we are gonna be saved by the UFOs from the nuclear blast. You see? So that's basically the answer of how the separation is gonna be, according to the question that I got. God. So that's the parable of the tare and the wheat. But to go to the explanation, we're gonna jump to verse 37. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The world, the field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, which is the children of Israel. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The wicked one, who are the wicked one? Those are all the nations that are against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Those are the wicked ones. You see? God. So, verse 39, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, you see, as I was explaining. The harvest time is the end of the age, the end of Esau's rulership, and there's going to be a furnace of fire. Oh, bear with me for a second. No, actually, it's going to say it. Verse 42. God. So the enemy that sowed them is the devil, which is starting with the first one that sold us into captivity, the first one that put our face to the ground, which is Esau, Edom. And then you have these other nations also. They kept licking our wounds. They kept us down. They didn't suffer us to tell us that we are Israelites, you see. But they know, but they're keeping us down. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world, you see. As it says in 2 Peter 3 and 11, you know. The elements shall melt with fervent heat. How? Through these fire from these ICBM missiles. God. Verse 41. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, which iniquity is sin upon sin. Verse 42. And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. God. So these people that are wicked, these tares, and everybody that does iniquity, they're going to be burnt, thrown into the furnace of fire. Verse 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father, who had ears to hear, to let them hear. God. You see, so in the end, the men that turn many to righteousness, they are going to shine as the stars in the firmament, you see. So Yaratazah, we that are doing that work, we are being deemed worthy to be caught up in the barns, caught up in the chariots, and that are going to be saved and are going to survive it from this age, from this world to the next world, where Jacob is going to be ruling forever and ever, you know, the children of Israel. For that is the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is only for Israelites and not for tares. You see? So, Yaratazah, this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Reka Kodash, Shalom Akim.